Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I got a few stories to share with you in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. Look at this one from Reuters, mainstream media acknowledging the awesomeness that is XRP and the situation surrounding it. The headline is Cryptoverse, Ripple Effect as Explosive XRP Leads Market Change. Well, ain't that the damn truth? Because as it turns out, after this positive news for XRP, it did lift broader crypto markets and even ended up resulting in Bitcoin hitting a 13-month high, although since then it's dropped back down a bit. But I think that what we've been seeing in recent days, certainly according to many analysts, and I find the argument compelling, is that we're just in some sort of consolidation phase. And, you know, with XRP, I was talking about this in my last video about XRP being oversold. And if that's the case, if XRP is oversold, and the lowest we got for XRP was about 68 cents, that's not bad. It's not like we revisited, you know, the pre-Judge Torres decision numbers for XRP, which would have been the upper 40-cent region. Like, what was it at, 48 cents, something like that, before the news broke about XRP not being a security. There's also this article from the Crypto Basic, 2 key factors fuel Bitboy optimism for XRP in bull run. That's interesting and pretty well spot on, so I wanted to mention that. And then there's this, and this is always fun here, because look, I like Bitcoin, I'm pro-Bitcoin, I am not a maximalist, I never will be. I think it doesn't make a damn bit of sense in the world to be a maximalist of any coin. But it still is the case that XRP, it's been seeing prettier numbers than Bitcoin lately. Look at this headline from Cointelegraph. Crypto investors cool on Bitcoin funds turning to Ether and XRP. What's that? More institutional flows going into XRP? Well, Bitcoin takes it on the chin? I don't mind seeing it. And again, not because I want bad for Bitcoin. I want good for Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin and have since 2017. But, and I'm biased here, I admit that. XRP is my favorite cryptocurrency. It's my largest holding. So, yeah, I'm happy AF to see this. All right. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, I want to take just a second before jumping into those stories to share with you the fact that Galgotron, a beloved XRP community member, has written a new blog. Now, if you're newer to crypto within, say, roughly the last 2.5 years, you've probably never heard of this guy before. But he's been active in the XRP community. I think he started being active probably about the same time as me. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's probably about right. And I jumped in and started participating in the community at the end of 2017. So he was there as a fixture, like for the first big portion of my life being in crypto. And the XRP community, it does live on X, which used to be known as Twitter. It just happens to be the case. That's where the majority of the XRP community lives when it comes to a social platform. There's also XRP chat, but this is, you know, X has the lion's share of the XRP community in terms of interactions. Let's just say that. And upon the SEC v. Ripple suit beginning and people just being upset, he wrote a blog explaining, hey, I just can't be here to be people's shoulder to cry on this and that. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he articulated why he was just going to be stepping back from XRP and crypto, and the community said, hey, from time to time I may pop in and just say hello, stuff like that. But he was gone for 2.5 years. And finally, on the day of the ruling from Judge Torres on the 13th, he did put out his first tweet in about 2.5 years, and it just said, boom. That was it. And then today, unexpectedly, he actually had a new blog. And so I think this is the end of his blog series. He says he's stepping away from crypto even further because he's doing other stuff, which he didn't get into the specifics. But he wrote a blog just saying kind of he wanted to end on a high note. And the reason I wanted to bring this up, other than, of course, he's just a well-respected community member, and I learned a lot from him in my early days because he's extremely knowledgeable, well-informed, a bit of a firecracker, I think it's fair to say. But he said something that was different than what I've said in terms of, you know, the impact of what the decision will mean for XRP. But the concept, I think, is the same. Recently, the way over the last couple of days or so that I've been wording it is that with the Judge Torres decision and XRP being ruled as not a security, it's as though XRP is unshackled. And fine, we didn't see a new all-time high. That would have been neat if we had seen XRP run to a new all-time high upon that news, even if it took a few days or whatever. We didn't see that. It ran up to about 90 cents and then pulled back. Okay, and that's where we're living right now. But I've argued that XRP is now unshackled, and of course, with it still moving in tandem with broader crypto markets, as soon as things start going, we enter euphoria mode. Given that XRP is now unshackled, it's not just going to go, I believe anyway. I don't think it's going to go just to $2 like it did in 2021 during that euphoric period, right? I mean, I would be surprised if we don't see a new all-time high. I would be surprised if it doesn't enter a price discovery. And I'm not going to make price predictions because I don't pretend to know where XRP price is going, but I'm just saying that that's something that would surprise me quite a bit because XRP is unshackled now, and that's the way that I've been wording it. And in Galgotron's blog, and I'll just paraphrase here, one of the things that he said is that basically the ruling from Judge Torres, it's basically like the judge opened the barn doors, but the lambs are still inside. The lambs are still inside the barn, but eventually the herd will come. And I think that conceptually that's in line with what I'm saying. It's just like whether you're talking about XRP being unshackled or the barn doors opening, that's the part that's the same. And then markets will do what markets do. But it's obviously not the case that the 2.5 years of damage done by the SEC, it's not like snap of a finger, it's fixed. Which we were hoping that might perhaps happen, but now we know for sure that it didn't happen. So it can't be fixed that quickly. Now we know that for sure. Okay. But still, we know XRP is moving in tandem with the broader crypto markets, and it has been, even while it was artificially suppressed, it's still moving in tandem. There was still that correlation the whole time. It's just unshackled now. It's just the case that the barn doors are open right now. And it's nice to see also that mainstream media like Reuters is picking up on this. So again, the headline from Reuters here, Cryptoverse, ripple effect as explosive XRP leads market charge. And it reads as follows. XRP has become the unlikely white knight of crypto, thwarting its regulatory foes and dragging the market out of the doldrums. The price of XRP popped 78% after a U.S. judge ruled on July 13th that issue of Ripple Labs sales of the token on public exchanges didn't violate securities law, and it's still up about 47%. Its market cap has ballooned to $36 billion from $25 billion, and its crypto market share to 3.5% from 2% before the ruling, according to CoinMarketCap. And so, folks, I will still argue that the price of XRP is artificially suppressed because you can't, like I said a minute ago, it's not just like snap of a finger, it's just all fixed here. And so fine, the shackles are off, but it's going to take time for the healing to take place, to get back to where it otherwise would have been had the SEC not interfered. That's all I'm saying there. Piece continues. Ripple's landmark victory has galvanized the wider market for altcoins, cryptocurrencies excluding Bitcoin, as much of the regulatory scrutiny on the sector focuses on whether some tokens should be classed as more tightly regulated securities. It's a big milestone for the altcoin sector. It is fair to assume that if XRP is not a security, barely any other digital asset can be considered that way, said Matteo Greco, analyst at fintech and blockchain investment firm Finequa International. And Finekia, maybe that's how you say it, International. And so I think that analysis is spot on. And this is why this is such a devastating defeat for the SEC. The asset itself is not the security. Now, that was already law before Judge Torres, but this is really backing the SEC into a corner because they were trying this novel theory known as the embodiment theory, which fell apart. It completely fell apart. Judge Torres absolutely destroyed it, which is fantastic to see. But again, so even though XRP is the only large cap coin out there that has regulatory clarity in the United States, just use an extension of that logic. What does that mean for all the other damn coins? If they have to go through litigation, as long as there's firms that have a war chest and the fortitude to see things through, then those coins will end up better on the other side too. But it seems pretty clear that attack isn't going to be particularly fruitful, and there's far too many coins for the SEC to attack them all anyway. And you can imagine what all this is going to mean in terms of their attacks on like Coinbase and other cryptocurrency exchanges, because the claims are they're selling unregistered securities, but the assets themselves aren't securities. Judge Torres has found that. And the Coinbase case, by the way, worth mentioning here, that case is being tried in the same district, the Southern District of New York, where the SEC v. Ripple case was held. And so it's not that the other judges, in the district will have to follow Judge Torres, but history shows that they're very likely to. And that she'd have to be way off the rails for them not to follow. So anyway, that's positive. But the piece continues. Indeed, the altcoin market cap has jumped to $665.2 billion from $636.38 billion before the ruling, according to CoinGecko, while a crypto quant index of the prices on the coins targeted as potential securities by the SEC has jumped 11%. See? So XRP got the biggest jump, obviously, but other coins targeted by the SEC, they still jumped up too, even 11%. That's awesome to see. I'm very happy to see that. Piece continues. For the first time, it seems like we have rules of the road for how to evaluate these tokens, said Ben Weiss, CEO of crypto ATM network CoinFlip. The cheer spread throughout crypto land with Bitcoin, which is generally considered a commodity rather than a security, touching a 13-month high after the ruling, though it has since dropped back down. So even XRP even helped Bitcoin. It was so cool because this has happened a handful of times over the years that I've witnessed, and I talk about it on my channel when it happens. But XRP led the market that day, and Bitcoin responded to XRP. That's not usually the case, but it was the case. I love it. I absolutely love seeing that. And then there's this. Look, things are just going to get better and better as far as I'm concerned. So look at this. 2 key factors fuel Bitboy optimism for XRP in bull run. And yes, I like this. Check this out. Crypto influencer Ben Armstrong, popularly known as Bitboy, took to Twitter to express his bullish stance on XRP, undeterred by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's appeal timeline. Specifically, in response to pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton's forecast that an appeal decision could take up to 2 years, Bitboy confidently asserted that this situation signals a bullish outlook for XRP throughout the entire bull run. And here's the actual tweet from Ben Armstrong on your screen. He simply wrote, "This means bullish through the bull run, no matter what. XRP has been relisted on exchanges and no one is scared." Right, so as long as you believe, and I think that this makes sense, not in terms of certainty, but in terms of probability, if you think it makes sense that we'd be seeing within the next year or two even, a massive run back to euphoric heights, if you think that that's going to happen, and my vote would be within that very broad time period, it's pretty broad, so I feel somewhat comfortable saying this, it's pretty reasonably probable that, I think anyway, we would be back to those euphoric feelings for investors in crypto. And you know what that means for price action for crypto in general. And so he's saying no matter what, given this is the case in terms of what might happen even if there's going to be an appeal, this means that XRP is going to be a part of it no matter what. And XRP didn't really get to be a part of it in 2021. Yes, it ran, and there was the correlation. I'm not saying that didn't exist. Of course it did. But it was shackled. XRP was being held down artificially because of the SEC nonsense. So what Ben's saying here is, even if they appeal, and that's an if, and that would be very risky for the SEC. Maybe they do it because they are reckless little pricks. But even if they do that, and they continue to be baby back biatches, it's not going to stop this time. It's not going to stop XRP from running if it's going to run. And XRP is already back on, well, I don't know if it's back literally on all the exchanges, but all the big ones it's already back. It was back on the big ones the first day. Coinbase, I think Kraken relisted, right, if I'm not mistaken. Even Gemini was talking about potentially listing XRP for the first time, and they hate XRP, those Winklevi twins. You had Binance US. There were others. I don't need to try and go through the whole list, but the point is, it's back. And any ones that haven't relisted it yet, I still think they probably will by then if they haven't yet. But yeah, the problem's been fixed. So Ben Armstrong's absolutely hitting the nail on the head so far as I'm concerned. And institutional money seems to agree that XRP just makes some damn sense from a financial, just from an investment perspective. Here's the headline from Cointelegraph. Crypto investors cool on Bitcoin funds, turning to Ether and XRP. And like I said at the outset of the video, don't mind seeing this. I don't want bad for Bitcoin, rather. It leads the market. I think it will continue to in a general sense for some period of time. Maybe it won't always, but it always has to this point. I don't see it changing anytime soon. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy that I hold Bitcoin. I'm just not very excited by it. It's not that exciting. It's the worst, cryptocurrency in terms of technological layer 1 abilities, let's say. But I'm still appreciative of it. I'm going to keep holding it for sure. But it's just neat to see that the inflows into XRP are substantial. So check this out. Although I will say also, even before reading, I need to share just a little bit of this article, I think it also shows the degree to which the damage done to XRP by the SEC, I think that this is proof that it's going to take time for healing because the amount of flows in XRP compared to ETH, not favorable. Still good to see directionally going in the right way. But so check this out. Bitcoin-related investment products appear to have lost some of their sheen among crypto investors, recording its first week of outflows since BlackRock filed for spot Bitcoin ETF in June. According to a July 24th report by CoinShares head of research James Butterfill, Bitcoin investment products saw outflows of $13 million for the week ending July 21st, reversing 5 weeks of inflows. Short Bitcoin products also saw outflows of $5.5 million in the week. In contrast, and so check this out, and this is why I was saying the amount of damage done to XRP isn't going to be undone in, what's it been, a week and a half, whatever. Yeah, it's very clear it's going to take long, but it's going to happen. Markets are going to get back to some sort of natural state. There will be proper equilibrium. But anyway, they wrote here, in contrast, Ether and XRP investment products recorded a combined inflow of $9.2 million over the last week. Butterfield noted that Ether investment products were the best performer last week, with inflows of $6.6 million, while XRP funds recorded an inflow of $2.6 million. Okay, so there you go. Happy to see that for XRP. XRP is the reason that the market jumped when it did about a week and a half ago. Even Bitcoin followed, led Bitcoin to a 13-month high, even though it's pulled back a bit since then. Fine. But here you can see Bitcoin, because this is in millions here, outflows of 13 million on an institutional level. You've got ETH up 6.6 million for that week, and XRP up 2.6 million. So that's still a lot, because I'll tell you what, and I've shared these reports from them from CoinShares in the past a number of times this year in particular. And when it's up, it was pretty common to see it up by like 200,000 in a week or 300,000 a week. There's some weeks where it was a little bit down. This is the biggest I've seen. $2.6 million in 1 week. Institutional level here. And so Ethereum beat it out, but that's why I was saying it's not that I don't think things are in their natural state yet. I think that markets are still recovering. It's taking time for things to sink back in. Hey, XRP is here to stay. But it is the only large cap coin that has legal clarity in the United States. And that matters supremely. And markets are going to catch up, I think. It's just going to take time. But we've already seen a big jump up right after the news broke. So I'm nothing but optimistic, I'll tell you that. That's for damn sure. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.